Salute and thank you, NERDSoul. Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. Look, y'all. I hope y'all been tuning into them tunes, alright, to them animes, alright, and seeing what's going on in your life. Because we ain't by ourselves. That's right. I got the coop of all coops. That's right. Keith Cooper of Blurtish. What's up?
What's up, y'all? This is Keith Cooper. This will also be on the Blurtish platform on several different places. Check this out. And also, just want to give a shout out to everybody I saw this weekend who came by the Mid-City Microcon 2025. We took realistically a few months delay, but 2024 didn't happen. So it's now moved back to its original month in February. They already have a date for next February. It won't be on the same weekend as the Super Bowl. It's only one day, but it still turned out good, man. People was buying for all the food trucks. Vendors were happy. My promotion worked out. I wasn't a part of the planning, but it's always dope when you give somebody a flyer and they come to the event and they come to look for you. It's always humbling.
Nice
Feeling for it.
That's what's up. Now we also have another enigmatic character up on the roster. This lady has been throwing kunai for years. I give to you, that's right, Ninja Sama TMF Cosplay. Oh man, she'll be up here in a second, y'all.
I'm here right now. Ain't no second. I'm here right now. Good morning, good evening, good night. It's your girl Ninja Sama Cosplay coming to you live from the pseudo teen Guardians layer, whatever they decide their name to be, in Invincible. What up?
Alright, you know what? You brought it up. I'm gonna go in and roll with that. Invincible back, y'all. I don't know if you know, but Invincible back. That's right, Mark. Look, Mark just trying to live. He just out here trying to do his thing. He ain't hurt nobody.
Yeah, that's literally the theme of Invincible is that he's just trying to live. But, people just won't let him live. That's how it works.
No, he just minding his business. I mean, he ain't hurt nobody. But I'll throw it to you. Since Invincible is back, how are you feeling? We got 3 episodes in the chunk, and they got the whole season mapped out. If you go on Amazon, they got the whole season. They like, look, this ain't gonna happen like last time. You got all 8 episodes. You got dates to them and everything. So you ain't got to worry about no hiatus this season.
Thank God.
It's pros and cons. Y'all know I'm always gonna have some. I'm not negative Nancy. So I think it was a strong premiere. I don't think it was because the premiere is 1, 2, 3, just like last season. I think last season had a stronger premiere than this season. That being said, there's still so much that can happen now. I think the difference between season 2 and season 3 in the premieres only is that we already know what's happening. There was still what's happening, what we're doing, where we're at. There's still a little bit more world building left to have in season 2, especially with Omni-Man and what's happening, blah, blah, blah. Versus now, we kind of have your established characters. There's not really much more you can do as far as backstory, with the exception of Cecil, which hey, I'm glad to see the Cecil backstory. Yeah, for sure. So, but other than that, we know how Cecil is today. So at the end, at the end of all of it, it's we know where the characters are and kind of how they operate. So that's what made it different. I don't think it made it worse, but made it not as good as the first 3 episodes of season 2 for me. Is that the animation dipped a little. The action scenes were good, but there was some actually overt, obvious issues with some of the animation. One in particular was with Mark's little bro. What little Omni Man want to call himself? Omni Boy.
Omni Man.
He straight up is pixelated. Once he puts his suit on, look at the lines on his body.
I'm not gonna lie. There was some pixelation on one episode. I was like,
I'm
It's
talking about
like,
the character in itself is straight up like drawn different in post or something differently than the other characters. I don't know if they recolored his suit and they went and photoshopped or whatever, did something in post. Like it's obviously different. That's one issue. Not just like that one thing, but just like the animation in general. And then another issue logistically was the voice acting. This show has great voice acting for two reasons. One, it was good voice acting, and two, it was like name brand actors voice acting well.
Oh snap! You ain't had to say name
Stephen
brand though.
Wynn,
you make
Sandra Oh,
well-known actors doing great voice work.
excuse me, yes. So that's one thing that Invincible's always had. And it's not that it doesn't have it, it's still the same voice actors, but there's something about how they're recording. Listen to the dialogue. There's pauses in the way they interact, not just with each other, but in their
Well,
monologues.
can I say this? Oh, what you
Oh, she went on mute. Ninja, you
No,
on
I'm
mute?
muting. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm muting myself because I've been outside in the world in my coughs, so I
oh
didn't want to subject y'all.
Oh,
But
to the
it's something about not just the dialogues, but the way they're like the monologues, the way they're saying things themselves. There
hmm
are some pauses where you can tell that they stopped, recut, started again. You're like, what happened? That wasn't a train of thought. That was something that happened.
they
So,
actually said that. I was watching a part of the interview, and they did admit that for the most part they didn't record it together this time. And Steven Yeun admitted that he's like out. He felt that he was being a little manic, and he had to listen to her track to try to get the flow and
mhm.
the vibe. So I don't know why. I guess it was hard for them all to get together or various reasons, but that's how he kind of recorded a lot alone. And then Eve
Oh,
recorded a lot alone. So
I can tell, and I think the audience can tell too. And one thing you're gonna take like actual actors who know, and that's their lives, and not actual, but like real life live action actors, the way they act. They have to go off each other. They have to go off that vibe. That's why there's a different talent between actual, acting in person, and voice acting. Both are very great professions and that require a certain amount of talent, and then there's some people who can do both. But when you have these A-list like roster of people who are used to acting and going off of each other in person, especially on a project where they've done it for a couple of seasons, it's a dip. You can tell. It's like I was like, y'all weren't talking to each other for real, or you're not reacting to each other. Like there's something there, and I hope it maybe they couldn't do it from the beginning. They get it together, but it did take me out a little bit, especially when you're watching an animation of something that for the most part only really gets good quality animation until they start fighting and stuff. Like I don't mind dialogue in Invincible because it was good dialogue. But
yeah.
if the dialogue takes a dip and the animation takes a dip, you're kind of there's certain points where you're like, the story might be good, but you're like, how can I still stay on the teeth? But that being said, I'm still like invested. Like the story is good in the most part. I'm like, what's gonna happen with the kid here? We getting a Brightburn situation. We getting a Homelander. Like what's happening? That whole classic trope. Or one last thing, one last negative, because I do want to get to the positives. I don't appreciate writing because I think Coop knows the comic more than any of us here.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
I
like
just know the show.
yeah. So if you take Amber, which I know was a character that they fleshed out more for the show,
hmm
she was a lot different. Emphasis on a lot different in the comic. So you expected more out of the animated version, and then from that subsequently you then say from the main character that she was a placeholder, and then they kind of drill it in for 2 episodes that she was kind of that, and it were kind of all cool that we moved on from that. I thought was a little strange, especially even not for Amber's sake, the character's sake, but for Mark's sake. It's like, how does he navigate moving forward in relationships? It's like, oh, he fell upon this and that was fine. Oh, they fell in love, but it was always Eve. It was always gonna be Eve, but he's still awkward navigating Eve. It's like, what does that mean for his character? So I'm interested to see like what was that for then, you
I'm
know?
gonna just say this without like I don't I haven't I kind of know bits a lot of the heavy some of the heavy beats. I haven't read it in detail, but I've seen explained and know what some stuff will happen. Mark is just gonna stay kind of awkward. He's just he gets in so much drama, as you can tell from this show, that Mark's life is never going to be easy. I think we all know this by now, that he's the Spider-Man of this generation, but way worse. So yeah, but yeah, Amber was kind of always a placeholder, and they did flesh her out. It worked for season one to, I think it worked to ground him, to make him, to play off of him, but Eve and Mark just, they just go through it, man. They go through stuff. So if it gets more closer to the book, I don't think it will be exactly like the book, since the book was written with that late '90s, early 2000 type of vibe, that it had to I ain't gonna say clean itself up, but it had to grow up a little bit through that those decade and a half or so, to kind of be the modern hit that it is. That they could just be teenage idiots forever, and they're in that grown, that weird phase of your life, when you're in college or whatever, and you're like from that 18 to that 21 period. It's that very fun, but can be very deadly or dangerous time, but a great time. So, if it sticks closer to the comic, not that I read all of it, Mark probably know a lot more.
Yeah, Dub up in here. He gonna drop some knowledge on us in a second.
It's just not gonna be like, Mark is gonna go through it, man. Like they call him blue suit, the blue suit Invincible era for a reason. Like their suit really represents a different time.
Actually, that's good that you actually mentioned that. So, is that like heavy foreshadowing when they put the new suit on them?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Remember
good.
through the last season,
almost like Spider-Man with the black suit, like all the calamity that came with it.
Yeah, like it's just remember, like each time they did a title card, how it got darker, bluer, bloodier, blah, and then now you finally got blue suit Mark, and you see how he, like, Mark still has that all shucks golly gee wild part of him, and that's fine, but then he's kind of also a unhinged maniac, but he got his reasons. I can't necessarily disagree. Some parts I agree with Cecil. We'll get more into that. Some parts I agree with Mark, but I'll be honest. In fact, I'll get into the one thing I do agree with Mark right now. I understand why Mark got tired of Cecil's stuff, because I had to ask myself the question, like, how do we assess this? What's the grade? But if my best friend, like, I got a best friend like my homeboy Pepe, went to, like with Mark, with William, we knew each other since kindergarten, right? I would absolutely snatch Cecil up by the throat if you bring back a person that kidnapped him, almost killed him, his friends and all that, and his lover and all that. I probably would snatch Cecil up. Because in real life scenario, my homeboy Pepe, I wasn't there. He got jumped years ago. He doesn't have his perfect eyesight. And I had to ask myself, if I had something on me and I was there, what would I do? And I'm glad I never will know, because I might have done what Mark would have done.
Well, my issue with Cecil is because he's full of it and he's disingenuous, and it's your garden variety moral relativism and situational like ethics, because it's clear anyone can look and say, okay, he killed Angstrom Levy. One, he didn't think he was going to kill him. That was a complete accident. D.A. Sinclair did not accidentally kill, maim, or torture and experiment on anyone. Also, no one had kidnapped and was threatening to kill his mom, D.A. Sinclair, meaning his mom or brother to put him in a heightened emotional state. It's not even close to a one-to-one.
It's not.
Cecil's full of it. It's not even close to a one-to-one. There's a difference between someone who killed someone and someone who is a murderer.
But
It's
can
completely
I
different. It's
say
not even close, bruh. It's not even close.
I
it's
got
not
a
close?
question.
It's
I
not
got
even
a
in the
question.
same ballpark.
It's not. It's not. But
I got a
go
question.
ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Cecil and Amanda Waller. Now that we know some of Cecil's background, we all know Amanda the Wall, and how she acts and
Not the wall.
operates. The Wall!
Yeah, that's it. The wall, baby.
With their motivations and how they acted within their own universes, justifiable or not, what are the comparisons? What are the differences? Is there a better angle for each character versus like, what do y'all think?
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna jump on this because I know it. Because I agree with what you're saying, NERDSoul, and I hate myself for this. It's very few times I don't agree with a Cecil 100%, but I'm going to take his point of view, looking at it as a human, and looking at when we talk about, say, I know we joke around about, oh, redemption for Omni-Man, where people say that. If I'm Cecil, I'll be scared to hell too. From all, like, if I'm a spook or a spy, if you will, I'm a G-man. G-men get it done or try to get it done, especially in this world where you got all these weird things that can come here and blow the earth up. D.A. Sinclair should be, he shouldn't have no free will. I'll say that. Now, if you're going to use him for his talents, it's disgusting. Now, I don't believe Cecil say like, oh, these people donated their body. I'm like, I don't know about that part, Cecil. You don't even need to clean it up. You're pretty much evil. You're evil, but I don't know if he's saying that molded him. You can't be both. You might can be both, but it's convenient not to be both because that morality, you can just throw it out the window. I would rather have Cecil on my. If I'm in Invincible world, it's like, do you want a Cecil around? But if you don't have him, how bad does things get? But then if you take out all his.
Cecil almost is a necessary evil. Even
But Cecil
almost,
complain.
even
He
with
acts
his
like.
methodology.
I mean, he acts like he needs D.A. Sinclair. No, he doesn't. They continue to talk about all the smart people they have. They got D.A. Take all his notes, take all his computers. You've seen the FBI how they come and take all the computers out, take all his computers, take all his notes, take all his research, throw him in jail, then just have your own scientists. Have your own scientists just continue it. So he gets to go to jail, and then you get the technology.
There are times where there are people who are just standouts. People can't go back and clone Nikola Tesla's work.
Yeah,
they can't. All these decades later, they still can't.
Like the chef that cooks that food a certain way can't do it. You just can't replicate his recipe.
I think Cecil, like, and this is without the context of knowing, like, when the Invincible comics and stuff and all that written and the overlap and all that. I think Cecil is like the worst parts of Amanda Waller and the worst parts of Batman. But at the same time, there's justification in both.
Yeah.
There's justification in both. Like, while as messed up it is to put that thing inside Mark's head.
Now that was way too far.
I can also kind of see why you would put that in Mark's head. Same with like Amanda Waller. It is also like a Batman thing. It's like that's like when Batman whips out a valid kryptonite out his utility belt. You're like, wait a minute, but it's also like you just never know. You have to always have a contingency plan.
And here's the thing about
that. It's not like he wants or expects Mark to be evil or do the wrong thing for Earth. But what if Mark does?
And he cannot take that risk.
He didn't expect Omni-Man to go bad either. And we see how that went. So it's like.
But now you got a situation where he. Evil. Oh, sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no! I was just saying, almost like a necessary evil, man.
Because I mean, story-wise, I love that because it created a line in the sand for everybody. Because people were like, because think about it. The other heroes got to say, whoa. If you're going to do that to him, and he's been pretty much a Boy Scout for you. This boy been doing everything you wanted him to do ever since his dad been. I mean, he's the only reason we're not dead for real. And you did that to him. What you gonna do to me?
I love that you bring
yo,
that up. I love that you
like
bring that up
on
because
the real, I can understand some of them heroes being like, no. Now
I
I don't
love that you
trust
bring
nothing
that up
Cecil say.
because we talk about on this podcast. We've talked about like My Hero, some other shows, or the anti-heroes or redemption arcs that we all like to talk about. And I would like to put a contender for one of the best redemption arcs in the past couple of years as far as animation goes. Rex Explode.
Yeah, Rex is he's a
Going
different
from
man.
where he was
dude,
when we
man.
first saw him to being like full on Captain America, like morally, let's not do this. Like I'm like
Yeah, because
that big line,
he's
that
the one
line in
who
the
threw down
sand.
the gauntlet. Like, no, we ain't doing this.
Right.
I'll give this to Rex because I mean him being an immature but wild card, but he always seemed to want to be like, look, I'm in this situation. I gotta be my own man. I had to be my own man because my parents sold me off. My life was bad. I was living whatever, and I was like, all right, cool. I got hands. Shout out to his hands though. He got hands and feet.
Yeah.
He be flipping around like Rex grew on me, but it's like he's like, look, man, the people I love, I care about. I see like, hey, whoa, you put a bomb in his head to control him. Okay, y'all got parts on my body too.
Yeah, what have you done to me? What have you done to anyone else that
what
I know
happens
and
to
love?
me? What if you got a bomb inside of my hand or something? I'm just dead. You know, and so it is like y'all done experimented on me, you know, whatever, how he got his powers, or if they gave his powers, I don't know that part of the comic, but the fact that he says it, like, okay, he's like, I've been a lab rat, maybe I'm kind of tired of this. It's like, you know, this dude here is a pretty stable dude. Yes, he can kind of kill us all, but on the other hand, a lot of things can kill us all too.
Yeah, I mean, Immortal isn't too far off either. Like, I mean, let's be honest. Outside of Omni-Man, if Immortal wanted to kill Rexplode in them, he could. But there's no bomb in his head. So why is there a bomb in my head? Like, yo, man, I love that scene.
Though.
The way that played out, I love that scene.
They be putting out
it showed that the heroes were like, it was kind of like a Sokovia Accords or Civil War kind of moment where it's like, nope, we don't mess with Cecil no more. I don't mind saving people from burning buildings and stuff, but we don't chill no more.
On the flip side, though, then we got to swing that right back when we talk about moral and possible evil geniuses. Rudy did a whole lot. He stole Rex's body, cloned him, did all type of secrets, broke out the ballers, and then Black Sam said, look, man, I know you like that girl, but what you really getting at, bro? Because it ain't never just clear with you. It's like, hey, I might need him for something I got to do. We don't know what Rudy might need to do. Or a robot.
Now, so in his defense, Rudy had never planned to let the Maulers free. The plan was always get him out so I can get my, you know, because he had like a deformed body, get a regular body. Well, actually, kind of get Rex's body, but you know what I mean. Get a regular body that I can like move around on my own in and put their butts right back in jail.
Didn't he kill them though? Or no, he tried to kill one of them, or he did like. I don't think he had.
No,
I think he
they
got some
attacked
more
him
morality.
once he was like, y'all going back to jail. They was like, no, we ain't.
Okay, because I don't know, man. Robot / Rudy kind of. You don't know what that guy.
You know what, bro?
You just don't know.
He is cutthroat in the name of practicality.
Yeah,
like he will do. He's gonna do the job.
Like he'll do you if he think that is the most practical outcome. Like Robot is he plays heroic, but he ain't really.
Yeah, he ain't a hero per se. Like because what if there was somebody more powerful on Cecil's side, so he just would have stayed, even though he cares for the Monster Girl. So I don't know. Like Rudy's just down the middle. There's no way to know what Rudy. What he's
here's
thinking.
a con, and I wonder if y'all feel the same about this con. Does it seem that they are being very loose with the consistency of Invincible's power level? Because we see him training at the beginning, and they talk about he's gone up 100%, 30%,
Here we go.
60%.
I do it.
And in that room with the Reaniman, That should have been like a light jog for him.
I
And
disagree.
they made it seem like it
They
was
tough,
tough.
man.
I
They tough.
disagree.
Like
They tough,
enough
and
of them.
also
They tough.
Invincible is so strong, bro. If he go off, he can kill everybody in that room. if
Oh
he
yeah, because
can't,
he did mention about how
bro,
he holds back.
he
So
has
okay,
to hold back like
so
Spiderman.
okay,
He's like Peter Parker. When he snaps, he snaps. You saw how everybody was looking at him when he snapped. You ain't getting no. You won't go by that. And when he got him, he's like, "Get this effing thing out my head!" Like he was in a heightened state of "I will kill whoever touch me."
yeah,
And look how fast he got there.
because here's another thing somebody should have talked to Cecil about. Okay, we don't truly know what a hybrid. Even, we don't truly even know Viltrumites for real, for real. So we don't know what a hybrid is. What if you do this attack on his brain and somehow, due to the healing factor, he's able to now tolerate it? What do you think he's going to do once he's able to tolerate that thing in his brain?
I mean,
Like Cecil, you bet he's cool. Be cool.
I'll say
Like
this:
you, like yo, bruh, like it's
Cecil
you poking
played
the
his-
bear for absolutely no
Cecil
reason.
played his hand too early.
Way
If
too
anything,
early.
he played his hand too
The
early.
dude has done
'Cause-
everything you want him to do. He's literally letting you put the little probes on him, flying to the moon and back, doing lifting weights and everything. It's not like you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's
Hey,
been
bruh.
cagey or hiding stuff from you. You know what I'm
Cecil,
saying?
one of them people when he don't want to be told nothing. And he ain't been told nothing in a long
Like-
He
time.
but he was
Like,
wrong.
there'll
Sometimes, see, that's
never
another
be
thing. If
enough-
you wrong,
a
just be like,
level
yo,
of
man,
trust.
you know what? You right. I'm wrong.
So he I don't know how it play out in the books. If it play out, it did kind of play out too fast, but at the same time, on the other hand, I'm not. On one hand, Darkwing is crazy, but you need him. You need him. Like Darkwing jumped in the battle. He saved everybody. When him and Amber, I mean not Amber, him and Eve got a little tossed up, and then
Mhm.
you got this guy who's usually a joke, show you he can be a world level threat, and he had all the heroes trapped and killed if he wanted to. In fact, he almost did it.
Look,
And he's the joke of he's the so-called
Yeah.
joke of the show.
look, I'm gonna tell you, Darkwing, that's gonna come back. It's gonna come back to bite him in the butt. That one's gonna come back.
Darkwing, and everyone else that was quote unquote fixed or not fixed for sure.
Yeah, that joint is
Uh-uh.
gonna come back to bite
He
him.
crazy.
I
He
don't
crazy.
see Invincible as the kind of show where you get redemption by someone else. You get redemption for yourself. We see it with Rex,
Yeah.
and I think we've seen it to a certain degree with other characters. Dare I say it? I think you'll see it with Cecil a little bit.
I think Darkwing.
But I don't think Darkwing and anyone else that
If
he has in his repertoire. No, they're not fixed for real.
if I had to guess what's gonna happen, because I think they foreshadow it, maybe. What did Cecil do when Cecil was like Mark? He shot them two in the head. I think Mark is gonna wind up killing Darkwing when it's just. I think the blue suit is just. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Mark.
See, I don't know anything about the blue suit. All I
I
know is
think
I've been
Darkwing
told
is
that the
gonna
blue
get
suit
killed.
is he. It seems to me, from what I've heard, that the blue suit is where Mark just gonna take L after L, and it's sad because it's like the dude been training, and it sounds like he in store for a whole bunch of L's.
But
Yeah,
I
he gonna
told
get
you that
tired of the males, and then it's gonna be different.
I told you the training don't mean nothing. He just gotta live it, dog. The training help, but it ain't he nothing you can train for. Like this is emotional drama and damage you are going through. And honestly, bro, still the best person of this all is Debbie. If it was not for Debbie, oh my God, we'll all be dead.
Okay,
That's why
Yeah,
I love Debbie. I love Debbie down. House of Debbie all day.
not House
I
of
will
Debbie.
say the first
Lil
slip,
Debbie.
all Debbie, all day. And then when I say this, I'm still all Debbie because I know she's a human mother that's been through a lot. So I preface that. I don't agree with her telling Mr. Man, I don't remember his name, Paula Abdul,
Oh wow.
telling telling him the secrets. And I'm
Thank
not gonna say
you.
so early out the gate because I know they knew each other for years. And he seems like a cool dude. I'm not jocking him, we don't know. I do think that Marcus Art, he's like, you ain't even tell me. You basically gave up my secret
Yeah,
identity
you
for
told my
me.
secret.
And
I'll
I
say
know she's
this.
human, so I was glad to see it because we need to see the human flaws, but I don't
Yes.
think she was right.
She need
Like,
to
You
girl,
know?
think
you
that
telling my? Why don't you tell? Don't be telling my story.
I'll say this: I'm not worried
I mean, I
about
guess it's
Mark.
kind of her story too, but you know what I mean.
I'm more worried for Mark because what if Oliver came in there and just bashed his head in like this was the boys? That's what happened in the boys. Like you get that man almost like you might need to ease that brother into that. He don't know. He might catch. What if he catch Mark on a bad day, or Oliver on a bad day, or Cecil pops up and just like, oh, he knows, kill him. He's done. Um, yeah, gotta be a little more careful, Debbie.
Yeah, it's not like that can't happen either.
Yeah, because Oliver,
I just think she knows better than that, and I don't think we saw enough between season 2 and season 3 to feel like that was right. She also told him in a public place.
Yeah.
Well, in these shows,
it's like straight privacy in these shows.
I was just suspend belief like, oh, nobody hears in the bubble, but yeah, I wouldn't do that. Like, that's something you do when you around the court, nobody looking at you in the privacy of your house or somewhere else. Or baby, I hate to say it, with a gun in your hand, because your son is the most powerful being in this galaxy.
Yeah.
So.
Then you got Oliver too, and Oliver, I like how they're handling him. Some of the dialogue, like you said, is kind of stilted at times, but I like how they're playing with the idea of I think he does genuinely care for Debbie. I think he does genuinely care for Mark. But I think the way his mind is set up is like, oh, okay, so Mom and Mark are like family. Everyone else is just like whatever. Because the first Mauler, I'll give you that one. But the second Mauler definitely begged for his life. And he murdered that one.
Now this is where, this kid.
See, he killed the first one.
Like
that was, you could say maybe he didn't know his strength or whatever, but the second one definitely
punch him in the gut or like just kind of knock him out or something. But like, man, he purposely.
Well, when you little, you don't know your own strength. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. But the second one begged for his life.
He wanted to kill that man. He wanted to catch that man. Little Damien Jr., little Batman kid. Want to be cloned?
666 under the hair, man.
I think at the age, at the speed he's aging, which we forget a little bit because we had a jump between seasons, his psyche is not catching up to completely his persona.
Yeah.
So he's not quite understanding, and everyone's talking to him like he's 8-9 years old because he's 8-9 years old physically. Mentally, it's not saying he's mentally 30. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, keep in mind his alien race, right?
Yeah, they live fast. They grow fast.
So he's maturing at a speed where he was like, no, I want to help. I want to do what I need to do. He's also maturing at a speed of, like, what's right and wrong. Like, that moral compass is not hit.
He has
that sense of self-consciousness is not hit. Or repercussions. Like, how often has he gotten in trouble?
He didn't even understand it.
Yeah, it's like he can't understand. He's like, even so when they reprimand him, because they're like, we're reprimanding a 9-year-old, they're just like, hey, go to your room, don't do that. It's like, he's just like,
for him, he was just a little baby being held and drinking milk like a few weeks ago, or a couple of months.
Yeah.
And now he's a preteen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I have a teenage 13-year-old kid now.
Exactly. Dare I say, not the same mistake, but a similar mistake that Omni-Man made with Mark. Aging up, they're like, oh, we'll get to the alien crap of it all when you get to it. They made a similar mistake with him. They were like, oh, it's a thing, whatever, but, we'll get to it. Mark was 17 by, whatever the age he was. Excuse me, when he got his powers. So they're like, oh, we'll get to it. Y'all don't realize how old his baby's getting at time and watching it. And so by the time he starts developing, they're still kind of operating on like, oh, we'll get it in time. We'll get there. Even if he was operating on that, that'd be what, like 3 months? He'd be 17? Like, it's like, why would you not have a more exponential rate of like, let's figure out how to get you acclimated to fight and do what you need to do and what's right and right, what's wrong from wrong.
Yeah,
and
honestly, I would
exactly
I would have this dude on a straight up regimen of like morals. He'd be reading the word. He'd be reading the word, and then he'd be getting his fight on. That's it. And they'd be like, look, all right, look, you're gonna have to hold back. You can't just hit people regular, all right?
I
Because
would
you hit
even
somebody regular, they gonna die. All right? You gotta
I
like
wouldn't even
cap them.
worry about the word. I know you don't mean it like I know you're joking, but
Yeah,
or
I mean,
maybe
I'm
not.
joking, but yes,
But
he.
I was
But at the
like,
same
just
time, yes, he need.
humans.
Look, he.
Humans are fragile. Do not
Yeah.
touch. You need to learn to
Mhm.
use levels. Do not beat the crap out of them. If you're stronger than somebody, as little as you are, you don't have to run right through them. It's like,
Yeah, you gotta like, temper it to their strength level.
yeah, man. Like if you know you get knocked down, but also, Playboy, if you come in there just because you're strong and you still got your butt zapped and knocked down on the ground, just because you may not feel it, what if it fried your brain? Like
Hmm.
reads maybe he need to read some comic books with some good heroes and be like, oh yeah, I can still die. Like, oh, they
Which
might
is
not hurt
which
my
is
body.
which is that whole big issue that I was saying is a repeat of what Mark. They didn't do that with him either. They just went like obviously this story was different because the idea is like you don't know if Viltrumites are doing the thing or whatever. But that being said, you should have even more of a reason to be like, let's put a moral compass on this baby,
Yeah.
this kid.
Like super fast.
Let's
Really
get
quick.
him like why even subject him? You even have a nanny who was hired and filtered through Cecil and the government. Why had y'all had all the tools to try to
Hmm.
have him be what he needs to be? Because you can't even argue, oh, it's the Viltrumite in him, because it's not like Omni
But
Man raised him.
but you know
It's
what? Let
Nope.
me
not like
go
he was raised under any particular doctrine that would make him be that
something
way.
you just said made me say, let me go back to Cecil for a second. All right. I really do like the Cecil character just because it makes me think, it makes me question these things. Also though, shout out to Walter Groggins because he plays Cecil right. He really plays him well. Cecil can be so obstinate, so stupid, pigheaded
Mhm.
at times. When Donald, like, bruh, there's all these things that connect to seismic activities. Like, and
Yeah.
they were like, go click. Hey, he's still in there. The moment that it's my number one, the dude I done brought back from the dead several times, is figuring out a pattern. I don't care if Seismic is in that jail. Yo, detail him right now. Move him right now. Do something to, like, all right, Seismic.
I mean, he was over there looking like he was plotting.
Like, I'm gonna go in there and rough him up. We go in there, we
Like
gonna
he
beat him
straight
up.
up looked like he was doing
Like,
wrong.
not to promote police brutality, but since it's in this world, it's Seismic. Nah, foul. What's going on? I gotta, like, something gonna happen to you. Tell me what's up now. I'm
And
breaking
also
your
with his
hands.
powers, aren't y'all gonna put something around his hands to make sure he can't do seismic stuff? Like, come on, y'all got all this
I don't,
technology.
but see, I don't know if it's the gauntlets that make his powers or he just can feel it anyway. But
Well, he didn't have the gauntlets in jail, and he was still manipulating, seismic
his
stuff.
hands will be tied up at all times, or
Yeah, that man
they'll be
be
in
in like
sonic
the,
emitter mittens. Good luck using your hands, you know,
or like
to
maybe I don't know, put his hands in the negative zone or something. I don't know.
he gonna be in a straight jacket, like old like Silence of the Lambs.
Oh man, but yeah, I'll say I know we've been on Invincible for a while, but I mean they dropped 3 episodes. It's back. I know we got other stuff, but there is another show it's not back. It just premiered. It's a brand new show. I know it's what I'm saying. I'm gonna touch it quick. Well, I mean we got 5 episodes, but I'll touch on it real quick. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is out in them streets, y'all. That's
I
right.
admit,
Peter Parker out there doing it.
I
I'm saying,
wasn't
yeah,
gonna
out there doing
watch
his
it,
thing.
but I did give it a chance. It's okay. I do like the story. I like the score. I do not like the animation that much. Some of the designs are great. Some of the designs throw me off. It's like a B plus right now. Like a B plus.
Okay. All right. Dub,
The story won me over just that much to give it a B plus.
I've only watched the first ep. I liked it though. I don't
All
have
right,
this.
cool.
Coop and I have discussed. I don't have as big a problem with animation as he does. I told him he's spoiled. If it ain't coming out of Korea, Japan, he ain't with it.
Yeah, but
and I get it.
He got that PlayStation 3 blockhead
It's hard.
curved look.
It's hard to eat a
Well, I mean,
cheeseburger. And
it's
great.
kind of based on the old comic book designs. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
like it looks
that's
like a. I'll say this: it looks like a super duper expensive motion comic, and in parts it get fluid when he's swinging. Thank God that parts get better, but that just standing and turning the head, it just throws me off. But it is kind of like a Jack. It is like an older Jack Kirby, but it's like I want a little more money. I want a little more polish on that thing
I word. See
because
me,
it's Marvel.
I'm personally loving it. I'm digging it. Ever since the trailer, I thought I just thought it was unique. Um, just seeing it like that, the Jack Kirby love that we get in it, that old comic
Yeah,
book,
I love the
transitional
style
feel
of
and
it.
stuff.
I'll,
I'm sold on it,
what I do love
and the
when you
story's
say
cool too.
Jack Kirby, I love the whole like what they call it, the character design sheet. Uh, look when it's what is it stills, and it look when they do the comic book thing, excellent. Just the motion,
Yeah,
but when they do like the character buzz sheets and all that, I do love that. Like I was like, oh, they got it's so much they do it right around it, the show, the presentation, just need a little bit more. But
I think you might see what you like in season 2. They'll probably get they'll get the money right in season 2.
I think
yeah,
it's
you
just a stylistic thing. Cool thing I
I
do.
am kind
But
of mad that
bro, I'm not
Moon Girl
comparing
is
it to
Indian.
anime, bro. I just don't
It's,
like what I'm seeing 100%. I know you got your jokes. I'm not comparing it to anime. Y'all who are listening, I am not one of those weebs. We're like, it's not anime. It's like, no, I'm just not. It can be more fluid. That Western or not, fluidity means something. I expect more fluidity out of Marvel, and I feel like they cutting corners, man.
mm,
Because I did not like What If season one, I got through it, and you can tell with some parts it was better. I don't care about What If 2 and 3. I didn't even watch.
oh
I
really? Oh, all
watched
right.
I watched What If 2. I wasn't a huge
I
fan.
hated I was barely clinging onto some of the design that I thank God they don't have that shiny rubber look sheen to it in Spider-Man. So that is it's an improvement over What If. I'll say that. It doesn't make me want to throw up in parts.
Mm,
Like What If look good in parts, but there's some parts that just it makes me nauseous.
Yeah,
I
I,
don't
I
know.
don't have a problem with any of the animation from either of those projects. Just some of the storytelling with What If it dried up, and
I
let
think
Bo
season
DeMayo
3
tell it.
they
He
was just
said
like whatever.
he said I had written parts of season 2 and I watched and saw where they had reworked it, and
Oh,
they said they can do it without me, and good
and
luck.
little tidbits. We did review What If. Shout out to Sherry. She reviewed it a few episodes ago. Please check that out if you want to see a detailed release of What If. Her thoughts on that. But yeah, I'm just like, but but I will say this, just like this, like y'all, I'm a sucker for the music. People who are making animation and getting the music right, shout out to them. They getting the music right.
That's word. That's word.
God, the music now, like, bring back Moon Girl, but yeah, they get the music right.
I'm still hoping Moon Girl can find some shine.
Bro,
Maybe at the end of this season,
they not.
maybe Netflix will be able to get a chance to, I don't know, something like, cause
Oh, well,
I'm like, bruh, come on, man. Like,
they not go, they don't mess with Netflix like that no more. 'Cause that's
true,
why they
that's
made
true.
Disney Plus. So it's gonna be on Disney Plus, and they killed it. And the rumors out there, I ain't gonna. I mean, it ain't no rumors. It's pretty much kind of like y'all know what's going on in the world. So whether you agree,
Yeah.
disagree with it, y'all can find the articles and see what kind of supposedly killed Moon Girl.
Well,
And
let's
it's
talk about it. I ain't
hell
scared of
no.
these people.
It ain't scared. I just don't want to bring the shit up. I'll be honest with you. I don't. It ain't even about being scared. It's just y'all can find it. I just need. I'm moving on. But yeah. What you think of the Spider-Man show, Mike? How you feeling about it? The story.
Me, I'm enjoying it. I like the different universe that we're in. I like how they're playing with like the Scorpion, playing with Tombstone. I like the storylines that everyone has. I like how they're kind of flipping some of the tropes on their head. I'm sold. I really
I
am. This I'm sold on this one, man.
I do like Nico a little. I like Nico. Like it
They
was
got
almost.
Amadeus Cho in there, so I'm like, all right, cool.
I do like what
We
they set
might
up.
have the champions set up in a second. And
The
shouts champions is something. See, Marvel, oh man, y'all be just leaving money all over the table, but
I am
don't get me started.
happy they are because Peter is their Peter Pan. But it is cool to see, like a character like Amadeus Cho, because I used to love him when he was doing the run with a little bit of Hulk. But I read a lot of the run with him and Hercules. Love those stories, and I really like the Amadeus Cho character. Uh, you know, I like what they doing with that. But then what I don't like, I want better for Lonnie. I don't like how they kind of messing over him. Like
Oh, I got you.
like the typical like, oh, well, you gotta be a thug now. And let my brother go. Like, first of all, they wouldn't let your brother really
Yeah,
go. Two, you just go like, bruh, can I thug part time and can I still go like, be an asset? You don't need me to go fight out the streets. Three, like it made sense that Matt Gargan, because that's how they did kind of like the revamp of the Matt Gargan as that type of thug in the ultimate version. Yeah, he pull out a knife. Y'all ain't got the. I doubt they would just be fighting with their hands. It'll be some shooting with this type of turf war. But I get it. This is Disney Plus, so they got to keep the violence a little bit low. Also, it is kind of an edgy Disney Plus show because old boy was he was with the beard looking like Killer Mike with a baldy. Tim's
oh
out
man,
there, but he
we
was
had
out there.
full Tims on them.
But also, man, his partners looking kind of weak. They look stupid. They look like they was just about to get run over. Like old girl was washing up about 4 or 5 of them. She doing martial arts. How y'all running anything with? He about you don't think you gonna
Scorpion
get
about
stabbed?
to take all that over.
Yeah, they about to kill all of it. Like, and I get it. He's like, bro, I gotta protect y'all this that, but bro, do better. If you gonna be a thug, you gonna be a gangster out here. Nino Brown was a terrible person, but you weren't coming up on his block. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man,
what are you doing?
You won't messing with the towers. You know what I'm saying?
You were,
But
you
I
were
mean,
messing with Avon Barksdale unless you was loaded up
not
with guns,
until Marlo
shotguns.
came through. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Marlo came through only because he was already gone. You ain't gonna come
Yeah,
through.
you're right.
Marlo couldn't exist until Barksdale left. You feel me? Because he
True.
would have killed Marlo. He would have killed Marlo and Snoop right out there in the street.
We got so I like the intro song. I like the
Yes, I
slow
do.
reveal of Doc Ock.
Yes,
I like that.
Shout
I like
out to
the
them
flip.
using that
I like the
original.
flip on. I like the flip on Norman Osborn. Like him being like, "Hey man, so you're Spider-Man, right?" like they did that like a second episode. Like they did
Bruh,
that
I
quick.
was scared for my life. I'm like, oh, bro, they doing this now? But also Norman he's still like people, not to even worry about these people, but people worried about like, oh, the race mate. He's still Norman Osborn. He's still hard headed. Made that man. I love the going through the terrible suits, and
He was like, my best people are working on this. Like they are not good. Now they did get to the Future Foundation suit, so that was cool.
Which was that was a nice nod. Like what they put out the Future Foundation, like versus like Easter eggs, the animation show. It's just like it's crazy because Nico is kind of a deep pool. It's like, all right, look at Nico Maru. Like I know we're not getting the Runaways again, but maybe. I
mean, this could also open up the door for Strange Academy because we've already seen Strange. Now we see Nico. You know what I'm saying? So it could open up the door for Strange Academy, which I wouldn't be mad at.
I'll say this
because with animation, you have such a great opportunity to do all these things.
Let me say
you don't have to pay somebody $20 million to be in a movie. Not saying that they are or aren't worth it. Just saying, it is what it is.
I want Mark to hear this. As much as I complain and gripe, or I have my complaints about the style, give me Strange Academy. If you put in the style, I'm gonna watch it. I like Strange Academy reading a little bit. I'll take more over less. I'm not one of those people like, don't do it. I'm like, do it. That's what you got the channel for. Do it.
Yeah, it's like you
do
should
it good. Like, try it. You know,
We should have been had Strange Academy. We should have
because
been had Champions built up by now.
y'all know why? I am a Marvel Rivals addict. Give me all them characters to play with. I'll whip out Nico. I'll learn. I know she's gonna be a strategist, and I will play with her. I will do it because I play with Loki. They're gonna be like the same type. They whip out a one, do all type of crazy stuff. Loki is fun, by the way. So yes, y'all gonna hear about my addiction until I take breaks, and they not gonna have to take no breaks because they about to release the rest of the Fantastic Four in a few weeks.
And
I better take
I'm
my break
still
now.
going in tell Marvel like y'all need to do an animated series about rivals.
They won't
Like y'all need to stop
because they hard
playing.
headed. They hard.
It's a perfect time to do it, but y'all don't want to listen to
Mike,
nobody.
they gonna do it the moment it run out of gas in about 3-4 years when it start to slow down. Then they might do something. But they still got a book coming. I need to get that book. I need to see that. But the book exists. It's some type of different. I don't know if it's just floppies or if it'll be collected. But the book exists. So I'll look more into that.
And I guess before I move on from this, I'll say shouts out to Doc Ock with the stunner shades. You know what I'm saying? They kept it real on him. I was like, all right, I see you with the blockhead. I see you. You know what I'm saying? It felt good. It felt good to come back home to the blockhead. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. The blockhead with the bad bowl cut. You know what I'm
Bruh,
saying?
they got it so right. I was like, oh yeah, this
Man,
is
he had
my
the
Doc
stunner
Ock.
shades. He had the stunner shades with the blockhead. Yo, we back. You know what I'm saying?
He's so arrogant. My
Yeah.
name should be up there. He's a genius. It's like, nah, bro, you ain't there yet. You talking
Like
about
you
I should
are a
be up there.
genius, but I mean, also part of where Norman is has to do with his personality, and you have none. Like you have none. Your personality, you don't have no charisma, man. You don't charm people. Like a man, do you see Doc Ock or sorry, do you see Octavius walking into a room and like schmoozing and hobnobbing and rubbing elbows? No. He can't do
Absolutely
that.
not.
He's too arrogant. Like Norman is arrogant, but he can like table it
He can temper
and
it down and be
He's
yeah,
like, look, he's
act
like,
like a regular human.
what he's
yeah,
gonna do is he's gonna close the deal, no matter if you're a dummy or not. Doc Ock be like, "You're too stupid to be in the room with me.
yeah,
Worship me, my genius. I'm so smart. You should just throw money at my feet so I can just do science." Well, that ain't how it works.
yeah.
Also, AKA artists. I hate to do this, but artists who
It's a perfect example.
don't know how to run business and be like, "You should just worship me," and whatever. Like, but you ain't closing the deals, bro,
Yeah, and don't nobody like you.
and you ain't getting
Like
the
be
table,
likable.
and you want a table instead of fish. I'm
Once
sorry.
again, I once again refer you to Mo Better Blues, where they have the argument about what to play in the club. It's the same argument that goes on
Bruh.
all over and over
I'm
again.
telling you, shout out to some of my friends and some of the people who I actually sell for. And, you know, I ain't gonna say that because he is actually a nice guy. But he'll used to be like posting stuff. Oh man, I remember when the tables used to be such and such. Like, bro, them days are gone, man.
Yeah, them days are gone.
Them days are gone because
I remember when comic books were like 75 cents. That doesn't mean that like,
it's like,
it's
bro,
over.
I
they
remember that too.
like,
I
bro,
love, I'm
they got
forlorn those days.
not trying to be stupid, but yes, it is a welcome fraternity of having artists and people who publish their books and are actual worked on different things. But there's a lot of y'all, and they don't necessarily want to see us old graying men to come to these shows. Let's just get. I ain't gonna say it ain't always, but it is always. It is a youth entertainment thing. You know, even the people stop watching. You know, the Paul McCartney, you know, after a while. But I mean, I know he still make money. That's a bad example. But, you know, eventually they going to stop looking at Kid Rock because his face is like mush. There's a better example. You know,
You look
eventually
like mashed potatoes with a bad
And
hair.
the thing is, there's old men that make money, but here's the thing: those old men do not look at young people as if they're completely stupid, idiotic, and don't know anything.
exactly. I mean, just
You
look
need
at
to stick around the youth, man. The youth are youthful. They have a zest for life that you may have lost. You know what I'm saying?
I mean-
Also, they have a different look on life. You can temper it with yours. Some things, everything new ain't right. Everything
fact-
old ain't wrong. But
to-
when you come together, y'all can actually share your experiences with one another.
to give a shout to what's his name, who is the showrunner for Invincible. You know, he's still humorous as voice of Alan the Alien, and then to still make a show modern and fit. And you know, yeah, Seth Rogen. Rogan is still seen kind of young, but he's not. He's like our age, or like my age at least. He's about 40, about 40.
See, how old is Seth Rogen? Let me see
So,
how old he is.
because he skewed younger for the longest, but time catches us all. But he's
Yeah,
still
he got away with just being a stoner.
yeah.
Oh, so he's 42. All right, cool.
So he's 42. So I'm just like 1 year older than him. So, he skewed young as long as he could to that grade. That grade popped in. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna step to the side, but look how he created the Ninja Turtles and actually got youth to do the voices. So prime example of fostering the youth to take, for the future. Instead of like blocking and be like, oh, why they don't do this no more? It ain't like the old days. Because things change.
Because
and
it's not the old days, man.
It's never gonna be, and the price of eggs gonna keep rising because y'all ain't seen nothing. But anyway. But yeah.
Man, just so y'all know, that Nintendo Switch about to be real expensive.
It better not be.
When the tariffs hit.
Yeah, I won't be
Nintendo boy.
I got my stock, like if like a stock, I got my limit, man. I already got that number.
Got
go past
Nintendo tariffs.
Go past $20 that limit, I'm out. I'll wait.
Oh man. All right, cool. Let's see. Let me throw it. What else are we watching this week? You want to talk? Oh, go ahead.
Let's get Soul Loving out the way real quick.
I'm surprised you wanted to talk about Solo. All right, okay.
Stop that ish, Mark. We did that every week. We stopped that. We just gave you a little bit of criticism. Don't be like Cecil. Don't be hard headed out here.
Hey, and we wasn't wrong about a thing. He's massively overpowered.
We done told you he was gonna be S rank, but I will say this. I gotta like criticism. It's not about Jin Woo. I know I'm gonna let Mark say that, but and I know I hate to be this guy, but I'm gonna be this guy. The stuff they are cutting out from the manga. I know they only got 12 episodes, and I know it's the sulfur stuff. It's the stuff that Jin Woo's character needs, and also they're cutting through some massive fights that you feel a little bit more from. Cause they cut some from the dungeon where he got the part for his mom, the elixir for his mom. Then they kind of flew by this art part. They cut some of the dialogue, some of the emotion, some of the horror. I don't feel like, bruh, it just, they cutting out some stuff. The book is so much better, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, it's still good, but having read up to date where the book is collected, I haven't read the series where it was on Web2 originally, so I'm still far behind a lot of people and know what happened at Reddit as it was a new thing. The book just conveyed that emotion a little bit better, and just I wish they had 20 episodes to leave it in. It's not bad. It was still a beautiful looking episode. Jin Woo got off, but it's lacking in something in translation. That's still some of my gripe. I'm gonna say this: if they don't kind of snap it back by the time they get to that island, and they don't still hit with some of that, or if they cut, I hope they're cutting to keep the island part in, because if they cut any of that island stuff before this is over, and we're already on episode 6, we only got 6 episodes left, so I'm assuming they're gonna kind of cut pair cool. I need them to figure that out next season, or it might become next season a stack up season series for me, where it might not be week to week. I'm okay with it now. I don't like the cut, the content cut, because it's messing with the character for me and the enjoyment of the show. It's making everybody a little one note and unfortunately dry, like how Mark said. It's not helping Jin Woo's personality. It's just not. I think they're zooming through it. I don't know why they're zooming through some parts of it. I would have rather them kind of slow this down just a smidge. That's some of my concerns.
All right, Dub.
I mean, it's the things I do not like about it, and they still where they are. But I mean, it is beautiful. It is like the fight scenes are lit.
Yeah, the cut when he was cutting them up with the daggers, it was beautiful. There you go, lie.
Like he dope characters. It's just I watched it in English and it was a little bit better for me.
I hate his English voice. This is one time I just like, nah, I'll keep it in Japanese for me. It actually made
This ain't no one time. Coop, you always prefer the Japanese. You
Yeah,
turn
you
into a
always.
weed.
I don't think I know one. There might be like
Because
two
one
dubs
time-
that actually
because
like.
it comes out faster. I get it faster. I get it consistently, thanks to Count Vision. But I'm sorry, I was not impressed with his English voice in the theater, and it sounded goofy as hell. And I was like, nah, I keep that. But like he sounded like
I don't
what's
know.
your favorite?
I think you
Big face,
over exaggerating on the
B
goofy
face.
part. But
He sounded like a BFW, and we ain't gonna say it, but you know what, Mark.
Yeah.
So that's where it's for being like, yeah, I'm good. Like all that.
I got that reference.
That spunk when he was when he gets drunk. Like, shut up. All right, Japanese dude, take it away, bro. Like you got it. Like at least if you're gonna be a dry, boring madman, do it with some style. That English was that one. I'm sorry. I'll be calling me a weeb on that one. But you know, and also I still think about the voice of Demon Lord and how that dude lifted that show up. And I don't feel like I wish I would have put Veli in this show so bad. I want to put the essence of Veli in Solo Leveler and see what he can do with it.
not the essence of Ellie.
Like it needs some Veli in this.
Not
or something,
V3
bro.
up in here.
Bro, they need V3 in this thing. Like V3 was live. You talk about he was wet, just dripping with Riz sauce for no reason. The show shouldn't even be good, and he was good enough.
Everything was effortless. Like he was like,
Just
I
flow,
need to put
bruh.
on clothes that match the modern time, and he had like a fly, Inichi jogging suit.
Instead, when Jin Woo put on a suit, he just looks at the mirror, tilts his head, and scowls, and his eyes glow. It's like, like, bro, I don't know. I feel like he need to go like put on a piano.
All the
concert or
girls
something.
like Jin Woo, and he scoffs at that. Like, come on, dude.
Like,
All right, now y'all finish with the.
Go ahead, you got
y'all
it.
finish.
You know, just jokes, man. It's still a good show.
Yeah. So.
Strong beef for me.
So A minus for me. A minus for me.
Here's I like how we got a chance to see the humility of Jin Woo. Cause see, Jin Woo could have came in and been like, "Hey, all y'all scrubs, sit down." You know what I'm saying? Take out your notepads. But no, homie walked up to the captain and he was like, "Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I'd be honored if you let me help you." You know what I'm saying? He ain't say get out the way, move over, little scrub. No, he was like, will you let me help you? You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. He respected that man in his position. And then what he do? He went and saved everybody's life. Even when they were in the earlier part, he saved everybody's life. Did he take the credit for that? No. You don't see him kind of grandstand and be like, "Hey, I want everybody to worship me." Nope. He ain't do that. He said, "I'm gonna use stealth mode. I'm gonna just, cut a couple angles."
I mean, it's cold.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
cold.
And I'm gonna let them get the get the dub.
But why?
Until he absolutely had to step out, he was completely fine with just carrying the bags.
Bruh, you know what? Perfect example. I wish I could swap the captain's personality with Jin Woo and just add a little bit of darkness, and that'll be the perfect Jin Woo for me. I like the captain's influence. I like the way he showed his humanity. Jin is he's just dark, man. He's just dark now, and it's just like I wish I could merge those two. I like the captain. What I liked the most about the captain, he was smart, and he wasn't like the previous captain. Man, forget y'all. I'm gonna go kill everybody. He got killed. He got turned to a shadow beast. But his captain is like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to look. We ain't gonna get y'all killed. We cold, but you know what? It's better than having an ego, living for the next day. And shout out to the captain for being trying to save his team when they were struck with fear.
Yep.
That orc is a punk.
See, that's the realness right there. That's how you know he a captain.
Orc just like, I just brought y'all here so I can kill y'all a little bit longer and play with y'all. Like, hey, y'all, I got anti-gravity powers. Y'all can't even touch me anyway. Now, yeah, Jin Woo had to punk him because he was wrong for that. In the book, is way worse. The book, he made him scream. He made him a little bit. He made him. As I'm saying, like, give me a little bit. Like, if you're gonna have him be an OP character against OP characters, I need all the dialogue. That stuff that was saying, they just kind of cut that, and that's what takes away from it for me. Minus if it's in English than that. If you don't have that for this character that's already too serious, it just looks. It's like it's painting by numbers a little bit. That's some of my criticism.
I'm feeling it. Here's where I am with Solo Level. Your boy right now, see, because I remember, you know what I'm saying? I remember when he wanted to help. He wanted to be able to save lives.
Do you remember?
You know what I'm saying? I remember that.
That dude don't exist no more.
I didn't say he did. I'm just saying I remember.
I don't. I vaguely remember.
Ah, man.
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking.
I tee up and finish?
I'm sorry, bro. It was too easy.
See, I remember them days. You know what I'm saying? When he just had that hoodie on. He just wanted, you know what I'm saying? He just wanted to help out. And they looked at him like he was a little Steve Rogers. They said, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? You can't sign up for the military. You too little. You know what I'm saying? They don't never want you. They always want to look at your stature. But you know what I'm saying? Like my man Yoda says, size matters not. And I like the energy from look. Jin Woo come in, he be like, look, I am the punishment of God. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you.
He is an angel of destruction.
All you need to know is that the Archangel Jin Woo has arrived.
You're right. That's all he does.
You're going down. You're going all the way down.
Everybody going down because he OP.
Yo, look, that's good. Let's go on and clear. Look, next thing we're gonna do, we gonna go out here and we gonna fix this island so everybody can live freely. And I'm gonna save my mama, and everybody gonna ride off into the sunset.
Boy, they better get this island arc right. I swear, they better get
all
this island.
All he need is this elixir. Save your mama, and we good. Oh, I forgot, your daddy back. Does he even know his dad? Does he know his dad? Did he know his daddy before his daddy disappeared, or did he
something
think his
like
daddy
that?
Was dead?
I think he knew his daddy. He disappeared because I think they all like he was a hunter and he knew that and he just vanished because he was a firefighter. At least his mom told him about him and stuff like that. So
word. Well, all I know is homie came through with all kinds of skills. That boss, the dungeon boss, tried to hit him with a little potion or curse or something. You was like, boy, I'm just gonna be about that.
I'm gonna say this: he have all these cool powers, and they just still like save some of that. I wish they could like if I could retextualize some of this, I would have saved this boss for another time and make Jin struggle a smidge, like how he did with Igris. Now it's just like
But we gotta see him fly for a little bit. Let him be fly for like a season. You know what I'm saying?
He fly. Period. But
he'll struggle. He'll struggle later. Just let him have a season where he lives in his purpose.
He is the purpose. He is the purpose now, man.
Let him live in that purpose. Every time, when that music come on, I'll be getting hype. I'll be like, go ahead, Jin Woo. Show him, you know what I'm saying? Show him who you are.
I appreciate him saving him, and he had to, like I say, he had to do him.
He gave that girl her book back. Come on, man. Look, that's the heart. You know what I'm saying? It's a heart of gold in that man.
Mark, I'm gonna ask you a question. How much heart do you feel in this show right now?
Y'all don't never be feeling no heart in this show, so that don't count.
I be feeling for the pulse. I'm trying to feel some heart.
We feel the action.
Jin Woo is cold.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling no warmth. I felt it in the book. I don't feel it in this show. I'm trying. I'm there.
Like, I might need to read the book because I ain't feeling it.
I want you to read. Actually, I want you to read the book because there's some scenes. I'm gonna find. Like if we ever go to Barnes and Noble, I'm gonna pull it. And like I want you to see the bar scene where old boy was like, getting drunk, and some of the interactions with like his sister's friends. When they was doing they had the montage of them running through those dungeons, and it added a little more soft edges to the warmth to round this out to get more into his motivations. And I feel like they don't let him have some of that. It's more so probably the structure of the show. It's not all just Jin Woo, but the way he's presented now. I just want to. I hope this last 6 episodes they go after it. If you can't make him have a personality, make this action super duper fire. It's there, but I know they got to do a couple of more things, and then they got to get off to the island and see. Hopefully, don't end on a cliffhanger. If you're gonna speed run this, they better not slow down for no cliffhanger for up to season 3. Go ahead and knock the island.
I'm assuming we're not going to see the island until season 3.
I'll be kind of mad, but maybe it might be for the best.
Yeah, I don't see them because I don't think you can handle a whole island of like the worst of the worst in 6 episodes.
I think the way they going, they could. They editing pretty quick. I think we might finish it up in the beginning of season 3. I think we do start the island by the end of the season.
Dang.
Yeah, they moving fast, bro. Like, because remember, next episode.
Man.
Next episode, he's going to be announced. Remember, they said watch the news tomorrow?
Yeah, I know, but we got to save Mama first. Look, save Mama first, then we get to the island. The island going to be all right. Island ain't going nowhere.
The island is going to them if they don't stop it. But I'm just saying, like, the island is the most important thing, bro. And I'm not.
I know it is, but it's like I don't want his mama in that bed no more. You know what I'm saying? I want his mama to thrive, and then I want her to be like, "Oh, my husband back," and then he'd be like, "I love you, girl," and then be like, "We're family again."
Love you. Well, you believe in these dangerous dudes be coming back? These dudes might be a world breaker. I don't know, man.
Nah, man, he good. He good.
No, he is not good.
I mean, look, Omni-Man was like, "I miss my wife." You know what I'm saying?
That don't make him good.
Well, it's true that. But, I didn't say he said he was good. He just said, "I love you." You know what I'm saying? I love my wife personally. The one person.
Psychomaniac killer who endangered a nation of people and plus some. I love my family, but I hate the rest of y'all. But so the two things can coexist in the same. But I'm ready to move on, man. Like I say, I still like the show, regardless of which I just got some criticisms of it. I got some criticisms of the pacing.
All right.
Everything ain't gonna be perfect, man. Everything, it's a hit. It's a hit. I can't take back like it's not a hit.
It's a hit. I can't deny that, but
can't deny it. But it's just not hitting for me all the way.
All right,
it's still there, but
we could do one more because I know we running late.
Golly, so. I'm trying not to be Charles Holmes, but it's like in a world where Demon Slayer exists, solo leveling can't be a 10.
I never said solo leveling is supposed to be a 10.
No. I'm just saying.
I'll say this.
I'm just saying this.
Not necessarily.
Charles
you
Holmes
might
says stuff like that. Not I feel it. Golly, man.
It's just some people act like solo leveling is the next cover of the big 3, and I ain't there with it.
Yeah, miss me with that.
Like it ain't.
Like he's so OP.
It's beneath My Hero. It's beneath Demon Slayer for me. It's beneath Dan and Ann for me. It's there.
It's beneath Hell's Paradise for me.
Absolutely. Hell's Paradise had so much personality. Beneath Chainsaw Man, like was one of the most modern new ones.
8? Yeah, like
it's down the list. It slides down when it compares to what I've seen some stuff, but it's good. That don't mean it's bad. I just need a little bit more. They got 6 episodes. I need him to punch that thing home or something. I need him to make that island art great.
It's above JJK for me.
This is true.
I don't think we get no island. If we do, maybe showing up in the finale like, hey, we're going to go to the island now.
I might make him this. That island don't show up.
Bruh, 6 episodes for a whole island full of monsters?
That island don't show up or they don't resolve the way they moving and they slow it down all of a sudden or they don't have this editor right. This absolutely becomes a stack for me next season. They got to solve the pacing, or they got to up this episode count to at least like 16 or something next time, because they kicking themselves in the butt. But we can move on to one more.
All right, what you got?
Sakamoto. Let's do Sakamoto. Gotta do Sakamoto. And I guess shout out to 100 Girlfriends. It's funny. It doesn't drop off. Not gonna go deep into it. Shout out to them. I'm behind.
Cool. We'll jump on that. I'm gonna catch up on 100 Girlfriends, and we can do that.
You might have to use the website because it's not Capvision. you hear this camp, you got to update it. I know you got a lot going on, but I've been catching it through that other method. But so just the other stuff we check it out. I got to catch up on Dr. Ameku, so no Dr. Ameku this week. But watch those things; they're still great. I'm sure she's into all type of trouble. I'm 2 episodes behind, but 100 Girlfriends is great. But yes, Sakamoto Days. Oh man, I like this. Now everybody watch episode 6. Y'all,
Yeah.
okay, so 5. They end the Boyle arc. It was cool. Boyle, the Sakamoto does realize he's a little kind of lost a step. Like his partner told him, like, "Hey man, if you can't keep it with Boyle, not that Boyle ain't cold. That ain't no Dr. Boyle, but he ain't necessarily on their level, on the orders level. Like he up there, but it only gets weirder and crazier from here. But I do like they had this lighter episode for a minute, because you can't dealing with, like, say, Slur. I still haven't seen more of his actions in the book yet, but he's psycho, period. So he can't. There ain't gonna be no reasoning with no Slur. Like everybody else, like, I like you, Sakamoto. I ain't gonna kill you. I'll go kill some other people for my job. Nah, Slur is insane. But and then, like, his partner is like, hey man, you got to get it together. But I do like this lighter episode where they do this, like, man, we need some money. Like, all these people are breaking our store. Like, man, it ain't I'm not worried about my trouble, but I do need to repair some stuff. And they're like, let's go into this contest. I like the sniper. Just little weird characters like that. It's like, I can't fight, I can't do this, but man, I'm an excellent shot. But the one skill he has, nobody cares, because they're like, man, you got one skill as an assassin? Bruh.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out how you got a bolt action rifle. What looks like a standard bolt action hunting rifle, meaning you put in one cartridge. You put in one cartridge and you fire that one cartridge, but somehow he got a burst discharge. I'm like, hold on, what?
3 rounds popping out.
Anime.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, they need to put this on the market. No, actually,
they do not. No, they do not.
No, they do not.
Oh man!
And the fact that he can hit those ricochet shots, like,
yeah.
But yeah, man, I like the character. He's a scrambled, he means well, idiot. Even though he's an assassin, but I like the bird. He got his little bird friend, and the bird can actually lift the rifle. I'm like, oh yeah, he does. He can drop the doggone thing. Like, bruh. Like, that's how helpful is that to have a bird that can just drop in your weapon for you, like, and literally obliterate people if he wanted to. Like,
with now adding Mashimo, it's like, yo, Sakamoto about to be like a foster parent up in this piece.
Well,
I'm like, look, he taking everybody in.
Well, Mashimo actually won't stick around. But he will be around.
Man.
He will be around, but he won't be there every day, because he still got to make money. He's still broke. So,
I know, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get some cheese. You know what I'm saying? Come work at the store. I'm saying he can come stock in the back.
He's one of those characters that he's like Rock Lee. Like, he's on your side, but he's not gonna be there every episode. So, I would love, but he's a little more eccentric. So, and probably animating a bird every week. I mean, he draw the bird. It's just, but I do like that.
Yeah, that bird's gonna be sitting in the corner, bro.
So, I do like that Sakamoto. Like, man, you are not weak. Like, Sakamoto worry a little bit in his base form. Now, we know Super Sakamoto, Slim K-pop Sakamoto would have had no trouble, because once he gets slim,
not the Slim K-pop.
Hey man, Slim K-pop ain't got no trouble.
Slim looked like Percy off of Vox Machina.
Man, all I know is homie done changed how calories work in this world. He like, look, he like, hey, I get, I burn some calories, and now I'm like mad sweet.
I don't understand though. Why does his little mustache disappear though? How does that burn off?
Cause it's, what I'm saying, it's just, calories are strong, so it's like,
and his glasses unfold so you can see his eyeballs. for some reason. But
because I don't know, he be, wherever he's at, it's more wind, around to like
I
unfog
mean,
him.
I know the answer because he in sexy mode, so you got to see his face. Yeah, but when he back to chubby mode, like
There go
he just
Super
be
Sakamoto.
just be chilling.
Or
When he in
like
chill
Lou be
mode.
telling everybody business, you know what I'm saying? Out there just snitching.
Man, that's a bad drunk to be around, y'all.
Yo,
Don't,
cause she be
man. If you
messing up.
got,
I mean, she saves you, but at the same time, she be messing up.
bruh, I don't know why she just whipped out her drink and started drinking. Like,
Yeah, it's
what you
like,
doing?
this is not an event to be drinking at.
I mean, it is in the mall. It's in the shopping mall, man. You know how they get down, man. The little red light district. She had her pom poms on. She's like, look, I ain't worried about y'all in this
She
episode.
funny. She's
She's
like, I
like,
got my medicine. He said, man, it's straight alcohol. She said, I call it medicine.
I mean, to be fair, y'all, it's almost
She's
Mardi
not
Gras,
the first woman I've heard say that.
bruh. It's almost Mardi Gras here next month. You know, we got outdoor events. Let's just act. We ain't gonna act like women don't be having the daiquiris or the hurricanes out there. So
Exactly.
so we
Well, look,
see this action.
them grenades taste wonderful. They
Medicine
will have
indeed.
you on Bourbon Street sloppy.
Mm,
You won't even be able to defend yourself.
bruh, I can't
It's a
remember.
bad way to be.
Like I said, there's a parts of me on bourbon that I've lost in my brain entirely. I don't want to
Wow.
pronounce. I do not remember one instance how I got back to the room
Man,
and when I woke with
I
the
ain't
sleep.
gonna lie, man. Man, me and some of my homeboys, long time ago, we went out there with some girls from Xavier, went on bourbon on like a Tuesday or Wednesday night. It was just a night where it wasn't supposed to be popping. Man, we went to a club and we made it pop. That night it was great. It's not like that on bourbon no more.
Nah. Especially as we get
They
older.
said times done changed.
I don't
Yeah,
want to. I don't want to go there and see the mounted police on their horses.
Mm.
I don't. Especially when it's one of those cultural events. Oh,
Oh,
all of a sudden,
yeah.
where these horses came from? Okay, all right, I see how this gonna be. Nah, bro. What do you know? Side tangent. When you gotta run more than walk on bourbon, it's time to leave it alone. That's all I'm
Yep.
saying for certain events. Like you don't want to be caught running in a sea of people
they shooting. They shooting.
on Bourbon and Canal. It is not fun.
Wow.
I'm not young enough for that or in shape enough for that right now at the moment. Hell no. Especially if
Yeah,
you went
yeah.
there this weekend. More power to you. I hope they wasn't shooting that. Well, if you got caught out there this weekend, they gonna punish you. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be pretty. It was not pretty. Now, unless you probably look like a certain way, then you got to tear off light posts. At least in Philadelphia, they turned down. They tore off light posts. Light poles.
Yo, man, Philly don't know how to act when they win something.
Where you go? Why you gonna tear it off and then carry it? Shout out to your people count. What are y'all doing out there?
Man, where you gonna put it? Like it.
Wilding for respect.
Why?
Anyway, let me.
But back to but yeah,
No
now-
money involved. No finances gained. Wilding purely for the respect.
How do you
gained from
decide
taking
to be like, we gonna unscrew a light pole and we gonna carry it around?
Hey man, certain people, bro, they experts at demolition and destruction. They ain't never innovated or built anything worthwhile, but they know how to tear stuff.
They know how to tear things up, boy.
So what do y'all think of this character in this episode, man?
This episode, I think, was refreshing for me. It was a nice way to like have some fun. Take the seriousness down a little bit.
Yeah.
And once they said airsoft, it just made me think of this time.
Bruce Wayne.
It just made me think of this time that some friends and I, we went and did like laser tag, and they had like this huge. I'm pretty sure they have it down where there's like this huge, like looks like an old warehouse, but they set up all kind of obstacles and stuff.
Right.
And it's like, yo, you get for like a second, you and your boys be like, all right, look, Counter Strike, or y'all be like Rainbow Six. All right, let's get busy. It'd be like, all of a sudden you get mad sweet, and it was funny because they're like standing, chilling in like grocery store aprons. It was like pop, pop, pop. Like
Everybody swore they had it. Man, Sakamoto grabbed that dude gun and just ripped it. Just like, bro, why you do this gun? Put this down.
Like, man, get this.
I got you. Way. First of all, why you gonna announce it? Like, y'all not seen this man do work around the whole neighborhood, so you know he's strong, right?
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When he snatched the guns and he did like crisscross. I love when people do the crisscross because it don't make sense to do it. Well, I don't know why it would make sense to do it.
When you would never try that.
Shoot, but
he was like, "Yo, I just gotta show y'all how sweet I am, real quick."
I also like when Sakamoto was running from the sniper, he was doing like a little flip in the eye in the middle of the alley, just like, bro, this man, physics do not apply to this man. Don't try to figure it out. Don't ask questions. Just know that, and they still keep calling this man fat and tubby. Like, all right.
Oh yeah, he did call him tubby. I was like, dang.
He ain't took an L yet, and they keep calling him tubby. Like,
why you begging for food?
The time of fat man is near.
Homie tried to cry. Yo, I ain't gonna front. When he turned his face funny. Crying, that was hilarious. I had to run that back.
And he did like, he's still looking at it. He's like, he's still there. Like, but yeah, you feel. I mean, can't remember if they said more in this. They show more in the book. I think he used to be in the army, does sniping, and he picked it up, or more. I think they changed it up a little bit, but like I think he came in to the agency with his sniping skills. But yeah, he can't do nothing else. It's like it's bizarre. But what did Sakamoto say? He's like, you know, you'd be surprised. The strangest hitmen, the more eccentric ones, are the ones that live the longest. So I guess keep that in mind. So as you can see, his homie who can shapeshift into him, and he's just crazy. He's just like the Joker out here. Like, you can't.
That was like, you weird too.
Like, bro, you play too much, dog. Like, you gonna transform.
In trouble in the future.
Can you imagine if you had a friend that just transformed into you, Mark, and they come in your face and be like, "Hey," like, can you imagine? Like, bro, you playing?
I put hands on him.
Bro, you gotta stop.
My face with my face.
Like, bro,
I'm in your face now. Anyway, let's get out of here.
I'm in your face with your face.
Final thoughts, and where can they find you?
Final thoughts. I think Sakamoto Days is my favorite thing I'm watching right now. I just enjoy it, man. But I'm still rocking with Solo Leveling. I'm still checking it out. Maybe nah. I just keep looking at the pretty colors. And I like Invincible, but I read the whole comic book. Like I like it, man.
Are they kind of keeping up with it? You know, like at least starting with season 3, are they kind of like keeping up with it? Or are they deviating a lot? Or?
You know what, man? When sometimes they're skipping a lot of the minor stories, but they keep. It feels like they're keeping pace with the essence of
what it is,
of how it grew in how Mark grew in the comic. They're kind of they kind of have the flash forward through it, but it doesn't feel rushed. So I like it, man.
Of course, that show is a little longer too, which is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I think it helps a lot to have a longer show.
I think so. You can tell that much more story. You don't have to compress things where you're missing things like from
Solo Leveling.
Like where things that might be essential, you're not trying to compress them, so you're getting rid of vital things.
Yeah, because you said that we missing some fights, so I'm like,
bro, we missing a good chunk of fight. Like you see the fight.
Yeah, Coop said, they didn't make the orcs mean anything where the orcs were like a real problem.
There's more dialogue. And it was even a little bit like he even resisted him a little bit more when he took him over to make him, to name him and then all that and stuff. Like
Ah,
it felt like a bigger deal when people saw all this crazy stuff going on that Jen is doing. They're like, "What the hell?" And it's like then it rolls into the part where he's going to reveal it. But like I said, that is the next episode where he's pretty much going to be. It ain't no secret no more that he's
all
Ezra.
right, y'all. I'm here. But anyway, my bad.
I'm
Dub,
sorry.
where can they find you?
Uh, Mark Wallace on the Book of Faces.
Mm.
Mark Dub IG. Mark Dub on IG. Mark Dub 44 on Elon's Rat platform. But I'm jumping off that thing, so I can't deal with him. He makes me dislike him more and more daily.
I don't want to talk about it.
But yeah, keep watching the anime, y'all.
Yeah, there's too much good stuff to see. So, Coop, final thoughts? What you got? Where can they
Final
find
thoughts. Invincible is. I think it's. Shout out to Sherry for joining us. I like her thoughts on it. It's a good, strong return. Good thing that they're learning from their mistakes. I find the Cecil character interesting. I can agree with him like almost 80%. It makes me mad, but I also am not mad if Invincible snatch his neck and pop it. I understand both viewpoints because I will probably, as much as I might agree with my logical part of my brain with Cecil, I know if I had invincible power and you play with my family like that or my friend like that and people I care about like that, I may snatch you by your throat and you might deserve it.
You kind of
But
asking for it, yeah.
you play it because you play games and then you're not perfect yourself, but I understand you got a tough job to do. But I'm glad a show that makes you think. Got to give it credit. Like I'm in that thing. I'm every week. I got to see it. So leveling, like I said, it's beautiful, very beautiful. I do like the sword slashing when he cut with them swords. He cut the arcs up, but y'all, if y'all could slow it down a little bit, I kind of maybe you know what I think I'm gonna take Mike's opinion. I think maybe we don't need to get to the island, and we need to slow this thing down a smidge. We might need to. I know people don't like taffy pulling, but maybe solo leveling needs to slow. Go get off the gas, just a smidge. How the fight's good, but show all the fights. It's okay. If you go do the pretty thing, shallow thing, but show it. Don't cut the fight. Don't cut the dialogue. If you got to take a couple episodes to take a little longer, let that thing cook and bake. It's getting a little raw. But other than that, I'm glad that I actually did allow myself to try Spider-Man. I still think the voice actor is a butthead, but he's doing a good job for Spider-Man. Coleman Domingo is great as what's his name? Norman Osborn. I like it. I'm sorry for you people who so upset about race swapping that it's such a big deal for you. It's not for me. I'm sorry. You'll be okay. So I dig it. The music is wonderful on it, but I don't like how they did. I like Lonnie. Give him a little bit more time, but life just went terrible. Also, they need some black writers because would Lonnie family just be that useless? I don't know, man. They say he got two parents. They just like, oh, my baby in the street. Like, yeah, where y'all at? Where y'all at, man? I know it's a big city, it's New York, but I don't know. I know they gotta make him Tombstone eventually. I'm sure he gonna fall into a vat of chemicals like the Joker next season. It ain't gonna probably this season. He gonna want to start to kill Spider-Man for no reason. Maybe it'd be Spider-Man's fault, but either way, I'm glad that they're tackling somebody. Let Tombstone get some shine if he becomes Tombstone. I don't know. But at the same time, I don't mind this alternate youthful mix of Spider-Man because Spider-Man is Peter Pan. He's the superhero that never quite grows up, but he's legendary. Stuff, it just works. He's one of the best creations of all time, and people can relate to him of all cultures. Just go figure. This is why I understand why his voice actor would be like, it's not woke. Like, you know what? Maybe you should wake up and understand why that character is important to people. Poor boy trying to save people and putting his heart and soul into it. If that's woke, then I don't want to wake up then, shoot, man. I mean, I don't want to go to sleep then, if that's the case, because that's legendary. But other than that, just other stuff. Like I said, man, the stuff we ain't watch. If you like comedy, 100 Girlfriends, watch it. Not for kids. Great comedy. It is goofball, stupid, zaniness stuff that works within the realm of what it's trying to do. Got to get back on Ameku. I have not tried Zensu. I do think I want to start the Medalist. I went back and listened to what Rachel said. I feel like I need to. That's probably going to take the place of Zen Sui for me. I don't know, man. Isekai, I don't know, man. But, and special again, shout out to everybody who came to the Mid-City MicroCon. I really needed that. It was great. It didn't break up the monotony of the terrible stuff going on in the world. I'm just glad to see people enjoying it. Shout out to Alex Jennings. Shout out to Cartoon Man, Keith Douglas. Man, he killed his panel again as always. Shout out to Nate from Elemental P. Man, black creatives, going there and showing out at this event. So hopefully whoever listening, keep bringing black creators there. Keep allowing those folks to shine. Keep showing that diversity is in the arts and in this comic industry and in this author game. It's not going to hurt you. Glad that those people are getting their shine, and that means a lot to me. So again, I'm Keith Cooper. I'm at Blurred.ish on IG. Keith Cooper on Facebook and Blurred-ish Facebook page. You can find me. I'm on Blue Sky. But you know the drill. If you really want to hit me up on IG first, and email me if you need to get in touch with me.
Word up. Final thoughts over here. It seemed like we started kind of slow. But now with these additions, like Spiderman, like Invincible, also we'll have. Well, I guess we can't talk about Dante because he don't show up until April, so he still got a while.
That's spring. Yeah, that's not this season.
So he got a while. He got a little while to come up. But I mean, still, we looking good. We looking good right now. We got some shows. Sakamoto, like I said, they're in the same world as Spy Family with me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just look. In my mind, they're in the same world. Sakamoto out there just doing his grocery stuff. And, Twilight out there in, what is it, Westovia, wherever, Estonia,
Europe.
He in Europe somewhere.
fake Europe.
Oh man. Anyway, with that said, guys, look, there's tons of good stuff to watch, so don't be doing no hateration. And with that said, NERD SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. Until the next time that you have to decide whether you're going to stick around and stay with Cecil, or if you're going to side with a hero just like you that's being basically, tortured at the moment. We're just saying, peace.